Just on a very specific point, you mentioned to me a few days ago that you actually came to Australia via a global talent visa, which I'll be honest with, I've never heard of a global talent visa. But for others who are trying to make the journey, what is that?
Yeah, so I didn't know about this visa until I just had a look around, and I can't even remember. I read an article about it. I was just looking at random ways of getting in. Never heard of it.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And then it came up, and it was like there's 5,000 places on that particular year, and it was targeted by the Australian government at high growth sectors, fintech,
Okay.
ag tech, and one of them was data science and advanced analytics. You had to earn over a certain, or prove you could earn over a certain threshold, so you could sustain yourself here in Australia.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes sense, you know. It's kind of a good point to put in there.
Yep.
But also, it wasn't targeted at people like me. It was targeted at like people that had doctorates and were producing final papers, who'd published research papers in magazines.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
They had representatives pre-COVID in all the countries to capture that talent coming out of universities.
Yeah. Okay.
And talk to them about bringing them into Australia. But because they couldn't do that, because it was everything was locked down, nobody could come in from offshore. I just saw my opportunity there, and there's no harm in submitting an application.
No, absolutely.
Right? So, and that's probably the most lengthy, time-consuming part of it. You have to build a portfolio of evidence to show that you're. I think the term is internationally renowned, Tim.
Right. Okay. Okay. That's exciting.
So you have to demonstrate that. So obviously I was clutching at straws a bit, but no. So I had to go back and get in touch with a lot of people I work with over the years and say, look, could you write me like a reference letter to say the work I'd done and what I'd done on that space.
Yeah, okay.
There's no guidelines for this, Tim. There's nothing online that you read and say, this is what you need to put, this is what they want to see. It's just down to yourself. So I was like, right, I'll say this is a big advantage. Everybody that they're going to be seeing has got all these academic qualifications, you know, right. But for me, I'm like the Alan Sugar. I'm like 24. I'm running my own company. I took an entrepreneurial route.
Yes.
You know, I've done whatever it was for Admiral and in the contracting world as well. And I'm here to do the same here and kind of help people, bring people along here and kind of help with that effort. So, submitted it. Didn't think anything of it. And about 6 weeks later, I had the letter through saying you've been approved. And then it's just
fantastic
formality then in terms of, so basically it was 2 months end to end from when I submitted the application to getting the visa with full working rights here. And funnily enough, it was actually, I got that visa a year to the day exactly of arriving in Australia.